Hey, risers, unite. Woohoo! It's Thursday. It's Wednesday. I forgot what day it is. It's Wednesday. That's what happens. Hey, welcome to the program, everybody. We got some wild stuff going on that we need to share with you today. You'll be, I don't know. It'll be weird. I'm glad you're here. Hey. All right. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. Telephone number to call is 850-771-0049. No pronouns if you're texting. No pronouns. Don't do it. Hey, I'm glad you're here. We're going to talk about a possible lawsuit against the VOCC for the Adam sanitation thing. I love that. And is a vaccinated economy coming to you? Oh. Called it. Wow. Executive meeting went well last night. No sermons, Jeff says. But the Milton United stuff didn't come up, the fights. The scheduled street brawls were not talked about because I think that they were kept from it. I don't know. We'll see. 850-771-0049. But I'm glad that things on the Milton City Council are going well. You weed out bad apples. How long did it last, Jeff? How long did the meeting last? I had other stuff going on, so I couldn't do it, but so you know how long the meeting lasts. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Gulf Coast Gun. Appreciate them. Go to gulfcoastgun.com. Check out their weapons. They got ammo in stock. They've got ammo in stock. You are it. At them. 2.5 hours. There you go. And things are under control. Not because of leadership, but because of change of personnel. Forecast for today, rain showers early will evolve into a more steady rain for the afternoon. Potential for heavy rainfall, high near 79. Chance of rain 70%. Rainfall about 1/4 of an inch. Take your umbrella. It is Florida. Tonight, rain showers in the evening with overcast skies overnight, low around 70 degrees. Chance of rain overnight 40%. Then tomorrow for your Thursday, mostly cloudy. Stray shower, thunderstorm possible, and high near 87. Presently, it is 75 in Milton. It's 80 Gulf Breeze, 75 Navarre, and 75 in Pensacola. Ta-da! So Milton United is done. I don't know. Not done having street fights, evidently, but this. Milton United is done, Kim. I hope so. It's a self-inflicted wound that killed them. Yeah, we got rid of the problem children's. All right, enough of that. There's a zoning board meeting tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Lots of variance requests and things like that. There you go. Adams Sanitation plans to file a writ of, I looked it up. Certi, I can't pronounce it, for against Santa Rosa County for canceling its September 9th permit appeal hearing. Now, what this is that when they keep them from being able to have their say. Adams Sanitation also affirms its intent to provide twice weekly garbage service in South Santa Rosa County starting October 1st. We talked to Nathan yesterday. Adams Sanitation asserts the county improperly provided an exclusive franchise agreement to Waste Pro to serve all unincorporated areas in South Santa Rosa County. They denied Adams' permit to serve that area, then canceled Adams' permit appeal to the Board of County Commissioners. They canceled the hearing despite receiving 2,448 emails from citizens. Nathan Boyle's co-owner of Adams Sanitation, who's not only an attorney, I didn't know he was an attorney. So Bob Cole probably shouldn't poke that bear. But he's also an Okaloosa County Commissioner, says Santa Rosa County's current legal counsel should have known that a Santa Rosa County ordinance adopted in 1989 grants every applicant for a solid waste permit the right to an appeal before the elected officials should permit be rejected by unelected staff. He also argues that a 2007 update to that ordinance did not change the appeals process. So this is not done, and I'm glad that they continue on. No more city involvement with Milton United. No. Wow, I knew the cube was gone. Milton United, the new mu strain of the virus. Gotcha. I see what you did there. I guess the cube is keeping all the statues company in storage. I don't know what that means. Lost at 8 a.m. Oh, yes. I forgot about that. I did see that. Remind them that, that the money for the SCOP funds wasn't a big deal. So it was so the money that they want for Lost, not a big deal. So you don't need that because it's not a big deal. It was tell them it's only $1 million, so it's not a big deal. Devils. They're devils. No Lost. Oh, health experts are fearing that a twindemic may be possible this year as we enter the flu season amid rising COVID cases. Run for your lives. Run for your lives. There is that the one I wanted? That's not the one I wanted. This is it. Twindemic. It's coming to you. Run. Hide your children for the love of God. A big concern is what this could mean for health officials already working the front lines of this pandemic. Preliminary indications are that we could be having a more severe influenza season. They talked about this last year, right? We had like 2 flu cases last year. Yeah, but this year, the masks are gone. There's not as many people wearing masks. And we're not slathering our bodies with antibacterial lotion. Oh. Yeah, there's going to be flu this year, Donna. Because they have deemed it. You're not scared enough of COVID. So because you're not scared enough of COVID, they've got to add to it to make you afraid. If you were afraid, you'd be wearing a mask and a full body condom. But you're not. So because you're not doing that, then they got to add dun, 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 flu to it. They talked about this last year. It didn't happen. But that's because you wear masks. The masks did make a huge impact on flu last year. I don't think so, Ben. I don't think so. City of Milton has been to a new. I know. I saw that on the agenda. So we're go. Everything's cool and groovy with the fall festival. You flu spreader, you twindemic spreader, you. For the love of God. Oh, and polio-like virus in children coming to a city near you. Not only that, Stephanie. Here's this. They're finding measles among the Afghanis that are coming in. They're just going to be injected people like mad. Masks are pointless. They are. The best thing about mask is, if idiots who sneeze and won't cover their mouth already covered. Breathe your own crap in. But we've got a twendemic coming. Oh my gosh, hide your children. Measles are coming across the border too. Yeah. They're bringing diseases in, and but that's okay. It's you they got to worry about. Oh, the ghost walk. I'm interested in the ghost walk. I've been meaning to do that, and I want to do that. All right. The closing of several Gulf of Mexico oil refineries because of Hurricane Ida is the cause of a jump in gasoline prices in Florida. In the last week, the average price at the pump in the Sunshine State increased by 8 cents to $3.02 a gallon. That's according to AAA. After the major storm, power outages. That's what it was. 9 crude oil refineries in Louisiana were offline for about 13% of all domestic refining capacity. 4 of those, 3 in Baton Rouge, 1 near New Orleans, have begun the process of restarting. Power outages continue to be an issue for restarting 5 other refineries near New Orleans, but as they do, prices are likely to drop again, but not at 8 cents a gallon. Robin says unvaccinated people that buy wedding. What? That buy wedding? I don't know what that means. Is letting in at our southern borders. I don't know if I understand that, Robin. I was confused by the statement. Every disease we have under control is crossing our borders. Maybe they should check the 200. Yeah, well, you're not hearing too much about that. You're not hearing too much about that at all. Any little excuse to you're correct. You're correct. John said to get vaccinated for yellow fever, smallpox, and many other diseases to deploy to the Middle East because they're dirty people there. Not the ones that are here. Just an $80 million luxury apartment complex in Navarre with 6 restaurants and retail spaces. Here it is. It's about to break ground next month. The complex called Elevate Navarre. We're going to elevate Navarre. Will be constructed on the northwest corner of Navarre Parkway and State Road 87, adjacent to Publix and the shops of Navarre Center. The developers, Branch Properties, announced last week that they purchased about 20 acres of the prime real estate near the Navarre Beach Bridge for the project. Elevate Navarre is the second project in Santa Rosa County by the Atlanta-based Beach Properties. It specializes in grocery store anchored shopping centers. They're also working to complete the Publix anchored Dogwood Estates project in Milton. That's scheduled to open in May. An architect is rendering shows Elevate Navarre, a 332-unit luxury apartment complex. The plans for this project, 332 units of mostly 1- and 2-bedroom apartments with a few 3-bedroom units spread across 11 3-story garden-style buildings. They'll average just under 900 square feet and run about $2 a square foot, meaning rent for the 1,000 square foot apartment will be about $2,000. I don't know. It does. $2,000 a month rent for 1,000 square feet. Yes. Developers call the apartments resort style, referring to all the amenities that come with the homes. There are plans for a pet care spa. You can have pets. There's a pet care spa, pool with cabanas, leave it alone. Wi-Fi throughout the common areas, electric car chargers, a club room with a pool table, multiple grilling areas, and shuffleboard. Shuffleboard. I'm sold. There's barely any beach left to actually enjoy. Well, you got some high end apartments coming. Just saying. There you go. So Governor DeSantis on Tuesday dispelled rumors that he may be running for president in 2024, referring to the buzz around the subject as purely manufactured. All the speculation about me is purely manufactured, DeSantis said during a news conference to discuss a new COVID-19 treatment center. I just do my job. We work hard. I hear all this stuff, and honestly, it's nonsense. So, is that a no, I'm not running? Or is that a people are just talking, I've not said anything official yet? By wedding, I'm trying to get this, Terry. By wedding is Biden for those that cannot type. Oh, gotcha. So no one who works in Navarre will be able to afford to live there. Well, that's probably very true, Justin. Not in those apartments anyway. That's for others. Not us. New Yorkers will pay it. That's cheap. Well, that's true. That's true. It's probably twice the size that they're used to and half the price or more. Or less. Whatever. But as Governor DeSantis, is this a thing I am not running, or I'll announce it later on? Because every candidate that has speculation about running, it's always been this way. Are you running? No, I've not. I'm not running, and then they do. So I don't know. We'll see. I would like for him to run. If Trump doesn't or won't, I don't know. 850-771-0049. All right, so this happened. A 74-year-old veteran from Richmond, Texas, died on Monday. His family believes the ivermectin prescribed by his doctor could have saved him. Despite a court order, Memorial Hermann Sugarland refused to give it to him. So they denied him the ivermectin that was prescribed him. Even though it was prescribed him. It could have saved him, but they refused to give it to him. Why? Why? I don't know. Renee says the voting bloke is going to change big time. Block. Exactly. But that's exactly the point, Stephen. Bob Cole has been not running for decades. Sharon, this guy's doctor prescribed it to him, and the hospital refused to give it to him, and he died. Now, hospital protocols are what's good. Yes, you're right. You're correct. Well, Donna, this is what the family said. We're taking time to grieve and process. That means it's coming. We're going to put the smack down on you because you refused his doctor's prescription that would have saved his life or could have. Listen, I have a question for you. If you got somebody that's dying anyway, why would you not do it? Just for the point of it? Why would you not give it to him? I don't get it. It was just to make a point. You tell me this isn't political. Tell me it's not political. Rand Paul grilled Dr. Anthony Fauci in a Senate hearing. Here they are. And others are calling for Fauci to be removed after thousands of pages of emails were released as a result of a Freedom of Information Act request from BuzzFeed and Washington Post. Rand Paul tweeted, told you at hashtag Fire Fauci. Can't wait to see the media try to spin the Fauci Freedom of Information Act emails. He is out for blood. In the emails, Fauci said early on that face masks are not helpful. Received information that there was reason to believe the virus was engineered and advocated early for school closures despite evidence showing that kids were not at high risk of contracting or spreading the illness. It was in May that Paul grilled Fauci over what he knew as regards to the Wuhan research. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene echoed Paul and promoted her bill, the Fire Fauci Act. In the bill, Greene says Dr. Fauci earned $434,312 in 2020. He's not only the highest paid doctor in the federal government, but the highest paid of any of the 4 million federal employees, including the president. He gets paid more money than the president. He's the highest paid federal employee. What? I do too, Donna. I do too. John, the doctor prescribed it. It was the hospital that did it. What's this, Katie? What is that? Tell me what it is. This is why they refuse to give it. I don't know. You mean the ivermectin? It is a pronoun. Ivermectin. Let's call it what it is. Fire Fauci. Listen, this guy is worthless. Fauci is worthless. I don't like that on my forehead. He has no business doing what he's doing. He likes being on TV. He likes that. He likes being on the Sunday morning shows. Wow, this guy needs to be in jail. Zowie. Put Katie in the corner. Katie! Nobody puts baby in the corner. Katie, no pronouns. Doggone it. Logan Haller is a 22-year-old senior at Rutgers University. He spent the last few years working toward his diploma. He transferred to the New Jersey school in 2020 for his junior year because of COVID. He elected to take classes remotely last year. He's 70 miles from Rutgers. He's 70 miles from the campus. Hear me. It worked out so well for him, he decided to do the same thing for his senior year and signed up for all virtual classes. He has signed up for virtual classes. Now, he's also unvaccinated, but he's taken virtual classes. He's unvaccinated. This is a problem for the administration at Rutgers. They implemented the first in the nation vaccine mandates for all students. They've banned him from attending any classes and locked him out of his school email account, even though he's attending at home. He's not stepping foot on campus, but because he's not vaccinated, he can't have class. Tell me this is not political. The Rutgers thing yeah, I know. I got you, Bugsy. It's all political. Yeah. It's scary. Gotcha. No, it's all forgiven. Just remember. Rutgers, as a state school, should have all the federal and state funding removed immediately. Well, yeah, but they're not going to. They're not going to. It is a civil rights violation. But this young man is not even coming on campus. He's 70 miles away. But because he's not vaccinated, he cannot attend classes. Mercy. Okay, here's where I want to park for a little bit. Dan Andrews, the premier of the state of Victoria, Australia, vowed Sunday, he made a vow to lock out unvaccinated people from the health system and from the vaccinated economy. I, I've talked about this. I've called this. E- Elected officials in Australia, which have finally begun to give up on its oft questioned, criticized zero COVID policies, have been trying all sorts of gimmicks to get its population to get vaccinated, including rewarded fully vaccinated subjects with an extra hour of outdoor recreation time. We're going to grant you an extra hour in the yard. Officials have also resorted to threats, including arresting anyone caught outside for longer than the permitted time, or for breaking curfew, or for daring to go past their 5-kilometer virtual leash. Now, Premier Andrews is saying aloud what many bureaucrats across the West have hinted at for months now. Anyone who does not get vaccinated will not be permitted to be part of the economy or the health system. If you're not vaccinated, you will not allowed to participate in the economy or the health system. On Sunday, Andrews told the media that Victoria would move to protect the region's healthcare system as well as create a vaccinated economy, and that the state would lock out anyone who's unvaccinated. And they cannot buy or sell save they have the mark. Jeff says, government will take all your rights. If the exactly. Well, here's the thing. This is that social credit system. Because you are not doing what they want, they are going to punish you and you will be ostracized. Our own taxpayer funded health department in Milton will turn away a friend of mine for school physical because of non vax. Yeah. Australia and Canada have gone full totalitarian regimes. Yeah. But look, that is what they want here. They want that here. They're not saying that. Well, you're right, Howard. They're not saying that right now, but that's what they want here. They can't do it because you got guns. You got guns. But they want to hammer on you, and they don't want you to be able to participate. It's going to work so well in Australia. Look, everybody's getting vaccinated because they want to eat. You don't get vaccinated, you don't eat. You don't get vaccinated, you don't get treated at the hospital. Get vaccinated, it all changes. Everything's good. Ah, yeah, I know. No, I know. They're pushing it as hard as they can in certain ways. Look, Biden said as much, and Fauci said as much. They need to hammer down on this. They want to push for this exact same thing. Um, Milton Mayor would easily implement. Yes, yes. Mad Max did. Oh, but you see what they're pushing towards. Now, you may not think this is the mark of the beast, and I don't, but I think it's a precursor to that. This is heading that way. If that's what Australia wants to do, we are absolutely heading toward the mark of the beast. If you don't believe that, all you need to do is read Revelation, realize it was written 2,000 years ago, and go, oh my gosh, I see a lot of that happening right now. We are living Revelation. In case you didn't know, if you want to talk about it, I'll be glad to sit down and talk to you about it. Woke corporations are doing it for the government. Yeah. See, Biden is trying to. Biden it knows that he cannot do it as as the government, so he is trying to get private companies to enforce it for him. Yes, mentality will produce underground societies. That is wild, my friends. That is wild. Protect the region's healthcare system as well as create a vaccinated economy, and that the state would lock out. That was his phrase. It's in quotes. Lock out anyone who's unvaccinated. Holy mackerel. If that does not concern you, I don't know. Shame is attack. Yes, they do it because it works for some people. Florida should secede, I think is what you're asking for. I don't know, but we've got issues, or take back our government, one of the two. We're definitely living revelation. Yes. Oh, yep. It is frightening. It is frightening. You are correct, Bugsy. China's buying out America. Smithfield Farms bacon is $9 a pound. On a related note, I love steak cut bacon. Steak cut bacon is the best. Okay, enough of that. but you get what's going on. Know what's happening. They are going to push you. You will not be able to buy anything. Yeah, don't buy that bacon. I get it. Don't buy the bacon, but you're not going to be able to buy anything. Save you have the mark. Oh, save you have the vaccine. You can't go look in Australia. You're tethered on a leash, a virtual leash. You can only, if you cooperate, we'll give you an extra hour outside in the yard on your virtual. You're in prison. You're in prison. They're going to permit you time outside. Hallelujah. How the people in Australia don't go full on revolt, I have no idea. The pig in what? Oh, the piggy. And is that East Milton? I don't know what that is. Edie Milton. Government powers had this whole lockout thing on the shelf. COVID was the mechanism. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, Donna. Yes, good comrade credits. That's the social justice or the social credit system. Okay, it's big. We all need to be on the same sheet of music. Oh, now we're going to music. China owns half the West and be growing. Yeah. No vaccine, no bacon. No nothing. East Milton. Thank you, Bugsy. All right. You understand what's going on. These are weapons. What is this? Weapons were taken away from Australians. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They yield them up, and now they're paying the price. Now they're prisoners. Great. If you control the food, you control a nation. If you control energy, you control a nation. If you control the money, you control the world. And if you are holding back food because somebody had a vaccine, you have got them in a spot. Guess what? The vaccine rates go way up. Michael grows his own bacon. Is that what you're talking about, bacon? If you do, call me. Man cannot live by bread alone. He must have bacon. Oh, no. All right. But you understand what's happening, what they're doing to you. And it's on purpose. Federal pandemic unemployment benefits ended for millions of jobless Americans on Monday. creating mixed feelings about the future of the recovery. While the expanded unemployment benefits provided a critical lifeline to people who lost jobs due to the pandemic, some economists argued that an extra $300 weekly federal payments on top of state unemployment benefits disincentivized workers from joining the labor force. It did. Federal relief programs also allowed people to receive benefits for up to 53 weeks on top of the 26 weeks of state benefits on average. Business leaders claimed the generous unemployment benefits were creating a worker shortage. Employers posted a record at 10.1 million job openings in June, exceeding the number of unemployed Americans for the first time since the start of the pandemic. Meanwhile, the National Federation of Independent Business reported last week that a record 50% of small business owners had job openings they couldn't fill. 26 states tested the theory, ending their participation in the expanded federal unemployment programs between June and July in the hopes of filling open jobs and steering people back to the workforce. Initial reports claim that those states saw minimal or negligible job gains, but new studies suggest the job growth was more substantial. A report by Michael Farron, a research fellow at George Mason University's Mercatus Institute, found the states that ended participation in the federal unemployment programs experienced employment growth that was twice as fast as those that kept the programs intact. They have taken that and stopped those benefits, and they increased. Typos are strong this morning. You are not wrong. I'm hungry too. All right. But when you take it, the government overpaid. And they look here again, this is all part of the problem. They wanted to pay people to stay home. That was the issue. And it worked for a while until some of the states revolted. They wanted you to be home and on the government teat. That's exactly what AOC wanted, and they wanted to increase the money, right? They wanted to give more money so people would stay home and not work. You rely on the government, and then they own you. Restaurants in most states have been allowed to reopen their doors at full capacity for months, but shortages of workers have severely hampered service and forced some to cut operating hours. I was at the IHOP in Milton on a Friday night. Yeah, it was to destroy small business, but I was at an IHOP on a Friday night. IHOP, it says on the door, open 24 hours. They were closing. They were going to close that night at like 11, 12. It's open all night. Nope. Right now, we're offering $200 sign-on bonus for any new employee or hire that comes to work with us, said Sarah Krisnow, Community Relations Manager for Lizard Thicket. That sounds appetizing. She's in Columbia, South Carolina. We have both AM and PM shifts available. We're open 7 days a week. So we still work with you because we need help in all areas, all times of the day, and every day. According to Joel Figgenheimer, a former restaurant CEO who teaches at Florida International University, some restaurants have navigated the unprecedented pandemic environment more successfully than others, adjusting their business models and raising wages to maintain service. You can't get help. They're hiring warm bodies. I want, do me a favor. You were at IHOP and they had 3 customers. What time of the day? I went by there one day on Saturday. Drove by a few weeks ago. I don't pay attention all the time, but I drove by, and the parking lot was packed at like, I don't know what time it was. It was crazy. Grover's across the bay opened for breakfast at 3 p.m. Breakfast at 3 p.m. Grover's across the bay open for breakfast at 3 p.m. I don't know. But do me a favor. When you go to a restaurant, please, please be patient. No, they are short staffed. No, there's not much they can do about it. Understand it may take longer to get your food. Understand that the person who's waiting on you may be new. Work with them. Don't be a jackwagon. 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. I want to go back to this. Open for breakfast. Oh, until 3 p.m. Gotcha. I understand now. It took me a moment, Ty. I was trying to process it. 3 workers at 7 p.m. on a Friday. Oh, okay. Yeah. How many customers, Michael? Stay home and cook it yourself. Well, there you go, William. Yes, low staff. Is that happening everywhere? Hopefully it will change now. I don't know. We haven't had this kind of ordeal in Florida for a couple months or a month or so where DeSantis said, no more. We're not taking any more government money. So we'll see. But the restaurants are struggling. So please be gracious to your host and hostess, to your server, right? They're new. Not necessarily the fault. Listen, I'm an overtipper. We talked about that. I overtip. But I also, when I get good service, I just call for the manager. I'm like, hey, I know you're busy. I just want you to know my server did a great job. I know you don't hear that a lot. You only hear bad things. They come out, they're like, oh my gosh, somebody's got another problem. Hey, I just want you to know they did a great job. Do it. Do it. Take a moment and do that. 4 tables. Okay. But look, when you close at midnight on a Friday, you're losing the bar crowd. Just saying. I'm just glad the restaurant had people working. I always tip good to my server. Yes. Yep. And it's not easy. It's not easy putting up with people like us. All right. Joe Biden addressed hecklers who shouted at him about his chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan, claiming they don't actually live in the area he was touring and suggesting that they were upset about his climate change position. We'll get to that in a moment. Here is, I want you to see this because I think it's important. Is this the one I want? No, that's not the one I want. Excuse that one. This is the one I want. So these are people who don't live in the area. Of course, you're going to go there to Jersey. Listen to this.
Leave them in ruins and leave Americans behind.
Shit.
Leave Americans behind.
You left Americans behind.
You behind. You guys protected him. Leave you guys behind.
That's great.
Leave no American behind.
Ronald Wildrick buried in Arlington, 2011, December 11th. For what? He lost his life for what?
He lost his life for what? Because you left Americans behind. Okay? So there's that one. Here's this. Check this out.
You murderer! Killing our kids out there, you murderer! Murderer!
Pardon any language that comes up. I'm sorry.
You worthless piece of trash! Worthless!
You, Biden. You.
Thank you, SB.
You piece of
Okay, so we get the idea.
You, Biden.
I'm like watching an episode of The Sopranos.
Piece of murder.
They're upset about his climate change position, right? Really? I think they're more upset about him killing people in Afghanistan. giving the Taliban billions of dollars worth of weapons, making deals on the lives of Americans, right? I think that's probably more what they're upset about, Joe Biden. After Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer in New York introduced Biden as the man who will lead us out of darkness in this present moment. Yeah, how did we get in the darkness? That's no excuse, Bugsy. How did we get in this darkness? Joe Biden. He'll lead us out of darkness in this present moment. Really? The guy who can't find his pants? The president began his remarks in New York City by saying he received a warm reception in the area he had been touring. None of them were shouting or complaining, Biden said. Every one of them were thanking me as if it were something special that I was here. Let's go back.
Murderer, killer.
Leave our soldiers in the you.
Yeah. Everybody's great. Everybody was great. They were thanking me. Later in the same Queen's speech, Biden acknowledged that he was heckled, but claimed that some of those hecklers didn't actually live in the area and were upset about his positions on climate change. The people who stand on the other side of the fences who don't live here, who are yelling at me, were interfering with free enterprise by doing something about climate change. They don't live here. They don't understand. They're ignorant. If you disagree with me, you're just ignorant. Biden's liar cannot do the job at hand. Here's a thought. All right. I'm not saying this is how it is. I'm just saying here's a thought. Because Obama never left Washington. He has an office right down the street from the White House. What if he's using Biden to do the stuff that he wouldn't do while he was president because it would damage his legacy? He wants it done, but he knew it would damage his legacy, so he's sacrificing Joe Biden's legacy to get what he wants. Yeah. Love how Gitmo is building another courthouse and more jails. I know. Yes. Yes, what? The shadow government from Obama? The new pandemic will be climate change. Oh, yeah, because we talked yesterday about the snowflakes having to get therapy because they're sad. Because there's climate change. State Department refused to grant official approval for private evacuation flights from Afghanistan to land in third countries. Even though the president conceded that official authorization would likely be needed for planes to land in those nations, an email reviewed by Fox News shows. Furthermore, the State Department explicitly stated that charter flights, even those containing American citizens, would not be allowed to land at Defense Department air bases. They don't want those Americans out. You are not going to bring them here. U.S. officials have pointed to possible security threats from landing charter planes at military bases, saying that they lack the resources on the ground to fully verify flight manifests. The Biden administration's delaying of private evacuation efforts have been a widespread source of frustration, infuriating rescue organizers, and even a prominent Democratic senator. You've got people who will do it for you, who will bring people out. But you won't let them. Oh, well, they're stranded. Nope. We can't allow it. They're not allowing them to get it out. Yes. And we have a petition, Justin, so you've got a free couch waiting. We signed it. We took out a collection. GoFundMe. Sandra says they've already setting up the narrative for solar flares, knocking out communications in preparation for the Arizona audit reveal. but we will bring Afghans to the U.S. military bases. Yes. Yes. It's not about that, Bugsy. It's about they don't want them all out. I got you. Democratic Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on the other day claimed that all Americans who wanted to leave Afghanistan have already left. Those that wanted to leave have already left. The rest wanted to stay and be murdered. That was their goal. He claims that while he spoke to a TV reporter in New York Tuesday. At the moment, actually, I'm still trying to get some of those brave Afghans out, said Schumer. The Americans, all who wanted to come out, have come out. Praise God, he said. Really? His claim contradicts the State Department, who said he estimated between 100 and 200 Americans. It's more. One of the Afghan are still in the country. Those who want to leave Afghanistan are still in the country. There you go. Yeah, the Nazarene group. Those are Americans and Christians, and they're sacrificing them to the Taliban. Feel great? Everybody feel great about this? It's a wonderful thing. I want to show you this. What do they do with that? Okay, I'm gonna do that. By the way, I got this graph. I couldn't open because I don't have a subscription to this newspaper, but this graph shows that the 7-day average, it's dropping tremendously of COVID infections in Florida. There you go. Murdered pregnant women. Yes. Where's the lib outrage? Well, that's abortion. So they're torn, Renee. They're torn because it's abortion, and that's kind of their goal. That's kind of their thing. So they can't really say too much about that because it's abortion. This happened in a Waffle House. You got to see this. This is a dinner and a show. Here you go. So there's an argument. This woman's got her hand in this guy's face. The guy in the orange shirt is causing a disturbance. They're blaming him at the moment anyway. The guy filming is laughing. He thinks it's funny. That one lady's dressed awful fancy for a Waffle House. I'm just saying. Okay. So one of the workers is going to throw this guy out. Here you go. There you go. That's Waffle House in Atlanta. Yeah. It gets ridiculous. There's another video of another woman dragging another woman out of SUV in a different place and having a smackdown in the middle of a daylight. And there's just something wrong with people. Throwing hands, fisticuffs. I know, Renee. It makes me sad for humanity. Yeah, go boy. Oh, you're one of those, Donna. I thought I was watching a Milton United fight, street fight. I don't know. Why is it that this is where people go? I agree. Why is it violence makes the food taste better? No. It is the depravity of man. It is I don't understand World Star. I don't know if I understand that, Ty. Um, that you've got this thing where people want to throw down all the time. It's a fight. Everything's a fight. You can't have a conversation. You can't. I don't know. This may be alcohol induced. I don't know. Um, that's the argument. That's the argument that Milton United uses. That's what the Merricks say. Well, I was just defending my baby. Well, you know what? Call the police. It is part of the plan. Katie, I believe that alcohol and drugs and scattered, smothered, and covered. Oh, I got you. I got you. The video exchange platform. Got you. I didn't understand. Fights are usually group sport. I know, but you've got you've got Milton United who posts these things on Facebook. Hey, I'm looking for you. Where are they? That is not self-defense. I know. And Chicago. Yeah, Atlanta's not as bad as Chicago. They'll shoot you in Chicago. I weep for humanity. You look at the Democrats, and I'm not saying that all the Republicans are better, but you can't have a civil discussion with Democrats. You can't have. I mean, they go. I mean, look what they did to Brett Kavanaugh. Look at the stuff they do to people. If you disagree with them, they're going to drag you through the mud, whether it's true or not. Look what, and I'm not a Mitt Romney fan, but look what Harry Reid did to Mitt Romney about his taxes. It worked. It doesn't work. I'm sorry, I don't buy the depravity of man. How can humanity be depraved if we're made in God's image? I don't know if I understand all of that. I believe we're under outside influence that's causing all of this, literally creating mental illness. Then we eliminate those evil influences, humanity will heal. No. Humanity will not heal. The outside influence is sin. And you look at it, and sin is an inside influence. Yeah. We are tempted. We are drawn away by our own lusts, our own weakness. That's what does it. It's only because we are weak and yield to sin. That's where it's at. That's the depravity. I lived in the Atlanta area for 13 years. No, it's not like that all over Atlanta. Yeah, I agree. It's not. It will never heal until Christ reigns as king and sets everything right. There's my sermon for the day. Yeah, it's going to get worse. The fall of man was an inside job. You ain't wrong, Justin. All right, kids. That does it today. We fail the free will to. Oh yeah. We do. We make those choices. Hey, kids. There's no devil made me do it from Geraldine. Flip Wilson reference. All right, kids. We got to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow for Thursday. We love you. Thank you so much. Like the video, share the video, and we'll be back again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for more stuff. Thank you so much. God bless you. Stay strong.